Hello everyone, welcome to the second webinar of Fridays with Finance. So today's topic is finance and legalities. So everyone here wants to know why documents are not important and how does legality function in ISEC. So why is it important? So basically ISEC is registered as a society under Indian Society Act in 2003. Basically it is important to have a proper tracking of all the documents in the LC so that we don't fall in any legal cases in future. So basically even one EP contract or TN contract is that important. So it also helps maintaining healthy operations in the LC as well. So yeah, NPO and NGO. NPO is non-profit organization and NGO is non-governmental organization. So what happens in NPO is 80% of the profits or income gained by the entity is reinvested in operations like HR or marketing, etc. and 10% is in savings and next 10% is in like reserves or FDs. So basically NGO, what it does is the funds are raised by the government and the operations are not done by government council or something. And the second main difference is NGO works for social causes, but NPO not only works for social causes but also for cultural causes. Like ISEC promotes exchanges and it actually is doing cultural cause as such. So we have three basic important legal sections. So one is 12A. So what is 12A? 12A is like whenever a company or an entity has 12A certificate, the company or the entity is exempted from paying taxes. So ISEC has 12A certificate, so is exempted from paying taxes. So what is ATG? So whenever an entity is partnering with a company, if an entity has ATG certificate, the company is exempted from paying 50% of the taxes on the CSR amount if the entity has the ATG certificate. And what is 16A? Basically 16A is related to TDS, tax deducted at the source. So basically many a times company is liable to pay us realization fees, and whenever they pay us realization fees, they deduct a certain amount as a tax and they pay to the government. But being a non-profit organization and having a 12A certificate, we are not liable to pay tax to the government. So we fill 16A form and we actually claim for refund. So legality in different parts of the world. So in some countries, every LC and MC is registered as a different company or an entity for the government. They function in a very independent manner, like I said, Hong Kong is a perfect example for that. And while in other cases, like in some countries, ISEC is registered as a company and every LC and MC is actually comes under them and they act as one ISEC. Yeah, and basically ISEC China is one such example. And the third and the last case is like when MC is registered as an entity under government and all the LCs come under that MC and they function under them, and ISEC India is actually a very good example for this. So basic difference between a receipt and an invoice. So whenever we give a customer a service and the amount is paid, then we give them a receipt claiming that the amount is paid for a certain service given to them. And what is invoice is like whenever we give them a service, before giving them whenever we give them a service, we give them the invoice stating that the service is given and they are liable to pay us some amount for the service. So basic difference between bills and payment voucher. So basically whenever we go to a shopkeeper or something and buy something, they give us bill. So that is called a bill. And whenever so if we go and buy a projector from a shopkeeper, he gives us a bill and he gives us a bill for the shopkeeper, and when we give them money and we give them when the ISEC gives them money, we give them the payment voucher as such. So yeah, legal cases. So So basically, whenever there is a problem between an EP and the LC, the matter is first tried to resolve between the hosting entity and the sending entity, and it is tried to resolve between LC to LC, and then it is tried to resolve between the both the MC to MC. And if still it's not resolved, then it is taken with the taken up to ACD, and then to ICB if still not resolved. And if we fail to resolve it at the ICB level, the ICB will check, and the LC is even made to shut at the severe cases. That is why it is important for each and every member to keep all the documents of the EP and TN safely. So ultimately it is the LC that suffers, because one single document is if it's not in place. So yeah, now we have been talking about ECB and ICB. So basically, okay, so what is ECB and ICB? ECB is Entity Control Board and ICB is Internal Control Board. So like, you know, when ECB can be named as High Court, and ICB can be named as Supreme Court in our cases, like in a very general manner. And what it does is, like, ECB tries to resolve matters at the national level. It is a final decision maker at the national level. In case of, like, you know, every MC is has an ECB, and ICB is the final decision maker at the like if the ECB is internationally, like if the ECB is still not like trying not to, like, if the ECB doesn't resolve that matter, the ICB is the final decision maker internationally. Thank you for attending the webinar.